I actually got my degree in creative writing. So I was always on the writing track. That was
Mhm.
always the thing that I knew I wanted to do. My degree was in creative writing and theology specifically. I wanted
Ooh.
to be a novelist slash youth minister. Like, don't we
Oh.
all? Yeah. Uh, so, so that was kind of my track. And I learned pretty quickly that I don't have a teacher's bone in my body. So youth ministry was not the path for me at the time. And I knew I wanted to write, but I didn't really know what that meant in the moment. So I kind of bounced around a little bit, just getting jobs that paid my bills, got me settled. Nothing was really the career. It was always a job that would get me to where I was going, but I didn't know what the career was going to be. Something in me was like, if you don't start trying to freelance now, you're never gonna. And so I pretty much made that decision. I'm going to start trying to figure out how to be a freelance writer. And almost immediately after making that decision, I got a job offer from a nonprofit that I really wanted. It was really
Yeah.
well suited for me. It wasn't writing, but it was really well suited for me. And I kind of couldn't turn it down. And the plan was always, it was part time. So my plan was always to do that and then write on the side.
Yeah.
So I got this job offer. I started the job. Almost immediately after starting the job, I got pregnant. So I then went on maternity leave. I came back from leave in January of 2020. And we all know what happened in March of 2020. So I was at work for all of 2 months and then with a new baby and the pandemic happened. And then about 2 weeks into lockdown, I found out I was pregnant again. And so we're kind of figuring that out. And again, we're home. And then I went back into the office, but I had a daughter. I was pregnant. I was trying to figure all of this out. And my husband said, well, you've been wanting to figure out how to write. So go forth, go figure out how to write. I was searching
Mhm.
for some writing courses, trying to figure out what that was going to look like. I think I'd seen Filthy Rich Writer somewhere in my sphere that I had like gotten in the email list and it was kind of on my radar, but I wasn't acting on it yet. And then I saw during all this, I saw a Facebook ad, as we all do, for Erin's story about leaving teaching. And I
Yeah.
wasn't a teacher, but I was mom to a new baby during a pandemic. And that spoke to me really deeply. And so I watched that video and then there were two other ones, Amy and Brittany, and I watched all of them probably 20 times each because I just felt like I had sought out these other courses and I kind of looked into it. And this was the first one where I felt like, oh, this is a blueprint. This is really something that could happen. Every course I'd seen before that, I was like, it kind of felt like, okay, well, how do I get writing jobs? Well, find a subject that pays well, which is usually finance or tech, and learn everything you can about it and then write about it and get someone to pay you. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Now.
What? And this was the first time where I felt like it just felt like I was like hearing from real people who were doing the real thing with real other factors in their lives. This seems like
Yeah.
it just felt so much like every resource was there. Like here's how to learn how to be a great writer. Here's how to find the clients. Here's how to build your brand. Here's how to file your taxes. Here's how to do all of the things that you will need to do. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. This looks like something I could do. And I exhausted all of the free resources. And I think it was New Year's Eve of 2020 or New Year's Day of 2021. I don't remember. I think it was New Year's Eve. I bought the course and said, all right, I'm going to do this. And I had a month left on maternity leave and I just plowed through the first, I think, 4 modules. I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 on maternity leave.
Mhm.
And I came back to 5 after I
Mhm.
got back to work and got settled. I took a second after I got back to work and was juggling 2 kids and work and all of that to kind of get my bearings and then get back through it. And I like to say I started my business in March, by which I mean March was when I started telling people that weren't my mother that I was a copywriter. That's when I started like pitching and started reaching out
Yeah.
to people and letting people know what I was doing. So I thought I'd say I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary then in that case. Then what's changed over time, which honestly is the biggest blessing of doing this. I mean, more so than the financial freedom, it's just being able to pivot as much as I need to has really been the blessing through all of it because it's changed a lot. So I went back to work. I was kind of working on it at night. I had secured a couple of writing projects, one of which led to my first retainer client, which was fantastic. And so I remember I got to like October of 2022 and I was complaining about something with work. We were getting into like the peak of our busy season. And I said to
Mm.
my husband, I was complaining about something. And I said, I'm just worried that if I don't leave now, I'm never going to leave because all these factors that were falling into place. I'm like, I know based on how I fit into all of this, it's going to be 5 years and we can't afford that. And he just looked at me and he goes, so leave. With like a record scratch. I was like, what did you just say? And he knows me. He's known me for over half his life. He knows that if I hadn't thought about it, I wouldn't have said it out loud. We finished up the busy season. I came back on January 2nd and gave my notice and was out I left my company in February of 2022. I've been home full time with my kids and then working around their schedule, which that's the beauty of CCA and the beauty of being able to freelance and having this freedom that this has given me. More so than the financial freedom, it's even the being able to build my schedule around when the kids are home. So I'm back to, I get them up, I get them ready and out the door for school. I then work all day. I get a couple things done around the house here and there during work, and then I pick them up. So yeah. So now that's what it looks like. It's changed a lot over the years. It's been up and down, but I've been very lucky to be able to make those pivots as I do too. And then with that in mind, everybody's version of success is different too. Like, am I hitting 6 figures yet? No, maybe someday. But am I right now? No. But I am making enough to pay for my kids' school tuition. And I can take a day to go work at the book fair if I need to. Or my daughter had her Valentine's Day party last week. I was able to go to that. If the kid got a fever, and God willing, most parents are able to just like leave work to go get their kid when they have a fever anyway, because you have to do what you have to do. But I don't have to answer to anybody for that. When I started CCA, and I was like, okay, what do I want my financial goal to be? And I set a number, and it was a number, and it would mean more financial stability for us. But it wasn't the number. It wasn't like, it's just like we talk to our clients, like, but why? I need to do this so that what? Like, I need to hit this number so that what? And I didn't have a so that what specifically yet. I was like, so we have financial freedom. Awesome. Which is very valid. Absolutely. But it wasn't like, I didn't have a tangible thing to glom it onto. So then when the kids started school, I was like, okay, I know that tuition is going to cost this much for this year because, this one's in school this much and this one's in school this much. I need to make at least that much because that is, to me, my benchmark, that I want my income to cover that. The return on investment comes so much quicker than anybody, I think, realizes. So like, why not try it? It's like, if you're going to try it, then, I mean, with the way that people are as nicely as people are willing to pay copywriters, you're going to see your return on investment really quickly. And then it's just another skill in your tool belt. I just remember when I first left my day job and I started doing this full time, and I had a lot of people were like, I'm feeling so much less stressed now that you're not there during the busy season and everything. I'm like, I'm not stressed. I need that to be clear. I am running a business and raising 2 children. I am not stressed. It is stress that I would not trade for anything in the world, but it is still stress. I have some health issues. I was talking to my doctor about this the other day. I was like, I feel so much more stable because there are 3 full days where the kids are at school and I can focus on my business. And then when they come home, I can focus on them. And I don't feel like I'm pinballing everywhere. And that just, our house is loud and it's chaotic and it's fun, but I still feel much more stable that way. And thank you guys for everything you do with CCA, because I feel like I didn't have that type of control over my work life and my work-life balance and all of that before this. And when I first started running my business and everything, I think that was the thing that stuck out to me the most. First of all, that I was being paid to write, which is the thing I always said I was going to do, and now I am. And I'm like, what? Somebody asked me at a event at my church, oh, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a writer. And I stopped. I was like, I'm what? I just said that out loud. So that was huge. But the a really impactful part of it is just like feeling like I have I take ownership of my career a lot more than I used to. I think I've always been at jobs where I show up, they ask me to show up at a certain time and do a certain thing, and I would, and then 2 weeks later they give me a paycheck and we start the whole game over. And now I am the person who handled all of my books. I'm in charge of all of the components of building my business because I'm the only one here. So as a result, I'm more in tune with all of that, and I'm more in tune with my work-life balance and how things work in my business that I never really used to have to think of because HR and now I am HR. So there's just a lot more ownership over my professional life since then. So thank you guys for